Hey guys, welcome back to Micho Makes. My name is Micho. I like to make stuff. Today I've got part number 79 of the Toyota Sprinter Trueno AE86 by DeAgostini. This is the 1/8 scale massive model that we're building together. Without further ado, let's just jump right on this one. Okay, starting off, we've got our cover there. Got a box. We've got, look at a piece of the door here. Now this looks like the interior part of the door. You can see the structure there. So we've got the interior part of the door. Some other pieces there too as well. And our magazine. Alright, let's take a look at the magazine. Okay, let's check it out. Now I did take a peek at this off camera. And it looks like we are talking about the AE86 suspension. And that kind of how, it's not necessarily unique, but it's definitely something that's kind of went against convention. I'll let you take a look at that. But basically, if you know that the AE86 has a McPherson strut style on the front, and then a solid rear axle in the back. Usually, if you can get a factory LSD option, limited slip differential option in the rear axle. You can also get an open diff too as well, so you don't need to have that. But they talk about in this issue in the beginning just about the suspension. So I'll let you guys read that. Let's take a look at this really cool picture, though. It's really amazing event picture here. Four 11s, and a Trueno right there. You can see this one actually has a intake and the lens right there too as well. But essentially, they talk about the different styles of struts. So you have a double wishbone suspension here, which is normally on a lot of conventional race cars, but then you have the McPherson strut style suspension here, and this is only for the front suspension right now. The rear one's pretty conventional because it basically has, you can see it right here. The struts, the struts are on the sides right there, but then you have the springs right there, and then a solid rear axle. But let's take a look at the front first. I, by no stretch of the imagination, am not a suspension guy. I wish I could learn more, and I basically need to sit down and really kind of get a better understanding. But I'll go ahead and hold that up there for you to sit and Google Translate about the reasons behind using a McPherson strut style versus a double wishbone style in the front end suspension. There you go. And then it actually does go into a lot of details around the loading and unloading of springs too as well, right there, which is really cool. And the kind of the design decisions around that too as well. So take a look at that. Pause the video, Google Translate, or read it if you'd like. Really cool. Look at that graph too, about how much contact that you have with the solid axle versus the independent axle. And look how much, how little you have in regards to tread on the ground versus if you actually had independent too as well, and how much ground clearance there is too on uneven ground. Really informative article. I think usually when I see these, there's a lot less to do in the part itself. We did a lot last part too as well. But moving on, we have the Toyota Origin. I've never seen this before, but I'll let you take a guess about, you might have seen it already. Take a guess at what year the Origin came out. Take a look at that. My initial guess when I first saw this was like, oh, this thing came out in the 50s and 60s, right? But you can see right here. Came out, let me see if it's to make sure that's in focus for you. Came out in the year 2000. That's crazy. This thing totally looks, and you can tell by just the interior. It's actually very, very much so an early 2000s Toyota interior with the style of of steering wheel and then the center console. But apparently it's a very, very luxurious car, almost like a Toyota Crown level. Looks really cool. Very, very vintage styling. You can take a look at the specs right there too as well. See, 2000, 2002 it came out. Pretty cool luxury car. And we jump right into the part here. Looks like we're messing around with this door skin. Oh, looks like we have a little spring thing here. I don't know what that. Oh, it's actually looks like it's a door latch from right here. The spring door latch, so that when you are you're able to close the door proper. Looks like a pretty easy part, and literally, that's it. It looks like we only have a couple things, and then they actually have a little section on drifting. So that's drift number 1. So I'm really surprised if there's multiple parts. I did take a peek at this, and they do talk about the first one is the inertia drift. Hopefully that's in focus for you guys. I'm going to try to do my best to make sure this is in focus for you. And basically how you actually start the inertia drift too as well. Starting on the outside here, and then whipping yourself inside until you break the rear loose too as well. Cool. All right, and that's the part. Let's take a look at the pieces itself. Okay, starting off, we've got a little bracket here. There's no real mark. Oh no, there is a marking right there. I'll make sure it's in focus for you. You can see there's a little L on there. Might be hard to see. It's right there. It's white. We've got the little door stopper here too as well. This is plastic. Got ourselves a little spring. We've got some AP screws, just 2. And the inner door card. Now this, I believe, is all plastic. No, there's no, I believe. This is all plastic. This looks like the inner skin of the door itself. Make sure you guys can see that. And it doesn't look like... I'm wondering, look at all these holes here. I wonder how that's going to attach. Or this might be actually not the middle. This might be the middle. So there might be the outside door, this kind of middle part here. I'm assuming where the window is going to be able to be utilized, but also then a door card, so that this is not going to be this is actually just the middle part, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, so this looks like a really short part today. We'll go ahead and get the instructions out and get started. Okay, let's get started, and this is actually really, really simple, this part. So we're going to take this piece right here. They actually had a whole big old picture around this. We put this right in just like that, and then we're going to be sticking this piece through that hole right there. There's a little hole there, you can see. Sticking that right through there. And then just making sure that the spring is beyond that. So I'm going to have to compress the spring just a little. Make sure it can get in there. Okay, take a look at that. You can see it's kind of compressed in there. Hopefully. Cool. So that now if I press on this a little bit, you can see it move. Now to retain that, we take this piece right here. You can see there's a little edge right there. And we just place this on this side right there. And a couple AP screws. There you go. You can see the detail of what we did here for the door latch. It's door latch itself there. Let me make sure you can actually see it. There it is. So you press that in right there. It'll catch the door jam. We get that built out just like that. And that's it. Really, it's so funny when I see issues of the magazine where there's a lot of like information, then it usually means that there's not much going on in the part itself. But that is the part number 75 of the Toyota Sprinter Trueno AE86 by DeAgostini. 2 screws and a little push button. It's kind of welcome though, because last part was we did a lot of work. So getting the whole body on. Let's take a look and see what part number 80 has in store for us. Aha, take a look at that. Looks like we've got a window and a crank feature that I'm going in. So stay tuned for that one. Thanks very much. If you enjoy these videos, please give it a like, a subscribe. Your view is also really important too as well. Share it with your friends. Really do appreciate you guys sticking around with this one. Again, we are getting pretty close to our end point of 110. Just to remind you it's 110. But this one was a short one. Totally fine. We'll get this window in for the next one. We'll see you guys then. Bye for now.